Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome to 2019. Crazy, I know. Okay, we're not going to go into that today, but I am super excited for this year and I hope you are too, because it is going to be amazing. I'm telling you, this is going to be our year, okay? Just trust me on that. I have all my content planned and prepped for January and February all the way to May, and we are going to do really well, I can already tell. So if you're ready to get strapped into 2019, then today I will share with you how I planned out my bullet journal for 2019. Say 2019 one more time, I dare you. So I'm sharing with you a whole new setup because I'm starting a new notebook for this year in January. So we will be running through all of those yearly spreads that I usually have and the January monthly setup, and it is awesome. I'm very proud. So if you're ready to do this, let's jump in. Okay, we're going to start with a super quick review of this new notebook I'm trying. It's by MatrikaS, I don't know how to say it, but it's a dot grid notebook with pre-printed index pages, a back pocket, page numbers, which is very blurry here, but just trust me, they're page numbers and nothing else. It also comes with a whole bunch of sticker sheets, which is really cute, and I will probably never use it, but you know, it's a nice touch. And here are some swatches. As you can see, there's a lot of ghosting and a little bit of bleed, but you know, we're gonna be gentle with this, okay? 2019 is the year of being gentle. So just starting with a very simple cover page. My ink did bleed through, which I'm a little annoyed about, but we can work around that because I'm probably never going to turn back to this page ever again, ever. So, you know. So this year I want to do florals because I miss it. I miss doing florals in my journal. It was like one of my favorite happy things to do when I was bored or feeling sad, which was all the time. So I thought, you know, new journal, new year, old me, I'm gonna come back to florals and leaves and stuff. So moving on to my year at a glance spread, which again, I literally never turn back to look at, so I'm keeping it very simple. I'm doing 3 rows with 4 months on each row, just putting in the little calendar just because it's helpful for me to look back and see, you know, what date is what day, I don't know. Yeah, I'm gonna be doing this for a while, so let's chat. How did you guys spend New Year's? How did you celebrate New Year's Eve? I mean, I know you guys had more fun than I did because all I did on New Year's Eve was make homemade gelato from scratch, by the way. I'm very proud. I made mascarpone cheese and everything, and spent time with my family. That was, to me, a good New Year's Eve, but I know some of you went like partying and traveling and all that stuff. So what did you do for New Year's? Let me know in the comments below, because maybe I could use some inspiration next year. So yeah, I'm still just writing the months and writing the dates out. I barely use this. I mostly just created this spread for birthdays and day events, like, you know, Martin Luther King Jr. Day or Women's Day and stuff like that, just so I can theme my content, kind of. So yeah. And again, adding some florals in because I am not a basic bee. So again, I probably won't turn back to this page, so I don't really care if there is a little bit of bleed or ghosting or anything. It's the spreads after this that I really care about, and so I started to be a little more gentle, be a little more light with my hand. This year I'm trying something new, creating a financial goals page where it's just going to be very simple lists for each month, and at the bottom I have a key for all my potential sources of income this year. And I think I'm going to try and be more conscious about my money this year and take it more seriously, take my money goals more seriously, because adulthood is such a trip. Adding some more flowers in, just details and stuff, just because it was too plain for me. Another new thing I'm trying this year is a 100 goals page where I take 4 areas of my life, which for me is work, body, mental health, and spiritual, and I create 25 goals for each of these. Now, I know it's probably going to be something I can't get through, but I thought it's better to have some kind of direction as to where I'm going this year, rather than just going in blind and having no goals at all. This is really like a bucket list for just the year, a yucket list? That sounds horrible. But yeah, I thought I'll give this a go and maybe check these goals off every 3 days or so. But let's see how that goes. And finally, I created a future log because I realized my year at a glance spread just didn't have enough space for like events and stuff. And for my future log, I'm only planning for 8 months because, I mean, we are constantly at the brink of a zombie apocalypse or nuclear war, so it's not really wise to plan more than 8 months in advance. No, I'm just kidding, it's just because I don't have any space. But I created like a Calendar style of future log, which hopefully will be enough space for me to write down any future events, but also not just an empty spread, you know what I mean? I'm just adding in some flowers just to make the spread feel more optimistic than it actually is. And now we're gonna move into January. So this month I decided to go with a kind of typewriter font. I like to call it my goofy typewriter because it's got the little like serif ends on all the, I don't know what you call them, but it has the little dashes on each edge of the word, of the letter, but it's also not perfect. So it's a little goofy. My cover page for January is very simple, just a tiny goals box. And I did lose some footage here because my camera kept running out of space and running out of battery and stuff. So if you notice any skips, which one is coming up right now, it's because I lost the footage to the war. So I just created like a simple table layout kind of thing for the dates in January. Added in some more flowers. Like I said, I wasn't joking when I said I'm going all flowery for this year, because I really miss it, I really do. So I'm just writing out the dates here, adding some flowers up top. Next, I'm creating my tracker spread, which is just a basic kind of list of dates on the side and just little tables. I'm just tracking the usual stuff, which is my meds, my habits, my sleep and my mood, and yeah, that's pretty much all I track every month anyway, and it's what actually helps me rather than having a bunch of things to track and then never finding it useful at all. And on the right, I created a little box for my, a big box for my gratitude, because I tried to do like 3 things to be grateful for each day, but I just never used it. I mean, I used it for a few days and then it just fell off the wagon. So yeah, I just figured I'd put it in with my tracker so I can fill it in when I fill my tracker in. Next, I'm creating a very simple content page just as a list of all the topics I need to cover on all my different channels. And on the right, I created a workflows page, which is something I constantly turn back to and constantly look at when I'm planning my week out. And it's just basically block planning. If you don't know what that is, I'm happy to do a tutorial, so let me know if you guys are interested in learning how I plan like a more efficient week as opposed to just going with the flow and wasting time. So yeah, added some more flowers there. And finally, for my first week in January, I created a little table for each day of the week, which is just going to be like a running list of things that I need to do. And below that, I created another table for my workout routines for this week, which is something I've been taking very seriously lately, and I'm so proud of how I'm doing on that. And then a tiny table for my content this week, and of course some flowers to jazz it up because I'm fun like that. Yeah. And there's a little cameo appearance for my headphones right there. Please ignore it, or don't if you like it. They serve me very well, so I say, you know what, I'm gonna allow it. So because I'm not basic, I decided I needed to jazz up these spreads a little, because 2 weeks after I filmed this whole thing, I realized that it looked way too plain without any color in it. And that's why my nails are different, by the way, because this was weeks apart. This footage was created weeks apart. And I'm using my Derwent Inktense pencils, which are basically water-soluble pencils that when you like color it on, it goes on like any normal color pencil. But then when you add water onto it, it dissolves and gives you like a watercolor / ink kind of look. And these ones are especially intense, as the name suggests, because they are a lot more pigmented than just usual watercolor pencils, and I really love it. But you must beware that if you have too much water and not enough pencils, it will get a little streaky, as you will see just down here at the bottom. So that's something to bear in mind. And I went for this like lime / apple green color because it's just one of those greens that I never use. And I thought, you know, new year, new me, I'm gonna try things that I've never tried before. That's a lie, I'm probably not going to, but this was one of those things. And just adding in colors for the leaves. Again, I lost some footage right around like after this spread, but you know, you're gonna see it in the final flip through. So for January, I decided to go with another color that I really don't use enough, which is red. And like I've used pink in the past, like a dark kind of alizarin crimson pink thing, but never proper red. And I thought it might be an interesting color to try for January. So I'm just coloring the flowers and all of this. And here is where you can see the effect really nicely of when you dissolve those pencils in water. And I think it's a really nice middle ground. If like, you know, with this notebook, the paper is so thin and so not sturdy. It can't handle watercolors, I just know it can't. So finding watercolor pencils is a good middle ground because you don't have to use too much water, but you still get the effect of it. And the ones I use are from Derwent, which if you are one of my OG art fans, then you know Derwent has my heart and soul. It's a British pencil company and they do the most amazing art supplies. They haven't sponsored me yet, sadly, which means all of my food money goes into Derwent, but that's okay, I'm not bitter or anything, no, not at all. Derwent. Yeah, I really love this brand, I really love these pencils, and this particular set was a gift, which I'm very grateful for, but I figured, I'm just going to give them a try, and they worked perfectly for this one. I also went for like a grey for the leaves and stuff, because I thought the green might be way too much, like way too many colours clashing. So just some basic colour theory there. If you have one bright pop of colour, adding a second pop of colour just becomes a bit much, and it looks a bit like, children's books and stuff. So if you have one bright pop of colour, go for a second more muted colour just to complement it. And bonus, it also brings that pop of colour out more, so it looks a lot nicer. So as you can see, I'm concentrating a lot of that red in the middle of each flower and then sort of blending it out to a slightly more transparent finish, because I figured if I concentrate the colour in the middle, then the edges that are next to each other won't clash as much. I don't know if that makes sense, but I feel like if I have very bright colours right next to each other, even two petals from two different flowers right next to each other, and they're both really bright red, it might be a bit much. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So if you're ready, let's jump into a flip through. And there you go, guys. That is my January setup and 2019 setup in general. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope this video has helped you plan your year out as well. And if it has, then please remember to leave me a big thumbs up so I know you'd like to see more of these plan with me videos, and leave me a comment below telling me what you'd like to see in the future on this channel. And if you like this and if you'd like to support my content, then please make sure you go and listen to my podcast. I will leave a link in the description, and it will help me out so much if you just go and listen to it. So go do that now, and I will see you again next week. Bye.